have this little habit of saying all the time. Let's see how many times I say it today. Okay, so let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to Where Did I Put My Glasses? I am your host Carmen and I am here today with the one and only Andie Pandy. He is literally the funniest person I know. And Zodi, tell the people who you are and how to find you.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, my name is Andie, Andrew, Andoti, Banana Quan. Carmen has known me
Okay.
as Andie Pandy, the baddest biatch, whatever you want to call me. That's who I am.
The bed.
The baddest. No. You can find me on Instagram at ANDIE613, Gemini, June 13th.
Okay.
Carmen and I go way back. We started in school. We're both SLPs. I have a specialty in working with children on the spectrum who are primarily under the ages of 3 but above the age of 1. So I'm in early intervention. Some of
Mm-hmm.
my children, like I said, are on the spectrum and others are not on the spectrum. They just have some expressive language delays, receptive delays, things of that nature. But yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
me.
he's the guru on the little ones. I don't know what to do. When I look at a little baby, it's like, oh, that's a baby. Like, I don't know what to do with a baby. Like, I need them to be like at least
That's a
5.
baby.
It's like you know on TikTok and they have the memes and it's like with the baby with the R. Kelly and she's looking at me and I'm looking at her. You know that little meme on TikTok? That's me and a baby. I can't do early intervention. So, my hat goes off to
Yes.
you. So guys, the reason why we have so many weird names for each other. So Banana Quan, we get into
Banana Club.
we get into these things where we go down on rabbit holes with like certain things. And there was this one comedian that was is he still out, Andy?
I don't think so. I believe his name was Trey Melvin.
Yes.
Trey Mel. Yes, Trey
Trey Mel
Melvin.
or something like. So he had this whole thing was like Banana Quan or what is it? Oranjane.
Orangerie. There's Raspberry. Um. Oh my God. Grape. No, not Grapeisha. Oh my God, what was it?
What was it?
It was a whole Watermelondrea. That's what it was.
Watermelon Dre was our favorite though. She wait,
Ah,
did we have a Watermelon Drea in our group? Who was Watermelon Drea?
I don't know. I
Was it
know.
me?
I don't think so. I didn't have. Were you Orangerie? Because
I
I
think
know
I was Orangerie or Orangerie.
Orangerie, yeah. And I know our other friend was Raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
uh, yeah.
that's how we
Sorry,
got
rabbit
those
hole.
weird names. Yeah. That's how we actually got those names, and we named our group chat Fruitopia. We're real childish, and yes,
Oh my God.
we did Fruitopia. We were so serious. And so the reason why he's Anzodi is because I love true crime. I love them guys. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
obsessed. Obsessed. I'm even obsessed with like podcasts. Like you know how I feel about Jillian Pensavalli and Patrick Hines on True Crimes Obsessed, like obsessed.
Hmm.
So I watched this documentary and I don't remember the name and it's about the cult for the people who felt that they were from space and they were returning home and it was this whole thing and everybody was a Dodie and Odie. My friend Nick is Nickelodeon.
Was it
um
Heaven's Gate? No.
yes. Is it
Okay.
Heaven's Gate? I think it is Heaven's Gate.
Girl, don't call me on it because the bitch just Googled a.
Yeah, well, I think it's Heaven's Gate because that's how they felt they was getting to heaven through some spaceship or whatever. They were crazy, and I guess
Okay.
not crazy, right? Because they really believed it, and we can't be mean to people.
Yeah.
People believe what they want to believe, right? And if that's what how they wanted to leave the earth, and they left it, and they are no longer here, and that's how they wanted to leave the earth, and so be it. They did it happily, right? They was happy.
Yeah, they were spirited, we'll say.
Yeah, they was happy. So we can't even be mad at them. They're no longer here, but they left the way they wanted to. So be it. But
Hmm.
I like the way
But you
they
know what they
had
had?
what?
They had Audacity. Hey.
Yes. So today, that's what we're here to talk about, the audacity. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like there's a pandemic going on, guys, and there's concomitant illnesses called audacity, and it's infecting all of these Karens and male Karens, and for some reason, people have developed the strongest case of audacity. I don't know if it's being in a house. I don't know what it was. But people have taken it upon themselves, guys, to encroach in other people's lives. And I am appalled to see how many people think it is their right to randomly tell people of color, the LGBTQ community, and anyone,
Just about
basic,
anybody. Yeah, exactly.
anybody, what they think. And it's usually anything. And it's rude. I mean, I try to avoid these situations, but baby, it is hard. Okay. How do you feel about this whole like audacity pandemic going around, Andy Pandy?
I really think it spread a lot quicker than COVID did, which worries me to no extent because there's no cure as of this day, other than checking the people who come at you.
I know. Okay.
Okay, period. No, but what I will say is that, kind of like you said, like people just come out of absolutely nowhere, thinking they have the right, the privilege, the obligation, I guess, to tell you how they feel, and sometimes it's just I didn't ask, nor do I want to know. Um, but yeah, no, I feel like Audacity is just something that, you know what? I will say that when people come with you with Audacity, I'm proud of them for being so brave, but not with me.
Like, right?
Just not with
You,
me. Not today. Not on
like,
this day.
you could try new foods. You could try new perfumes. There's so many things you could try, just not me.
Just don't try. My favorite line. You
Just
could try new
not me.
foods. You could travel to new places, but what you can't try is me. I love that. Oh my god.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do it. And that's the thing. So I won't lie. Like, Andie and I have been friends for a while now, and we've encountered like the craziest moments together. But do you remember, Andie, when we were at was it Fish Gaucho in Paso Robles?
I'm trying to think. Girl. I think so.
When we were online for Fish Gaucho, and that man had the audacity, because we had just come back from, so that whole day was filled with audacities.
It was.
From the horseback riding. Remember the man? The horseback riding man?
Yeah. First, oh yes, the horseback riding man and my horse itself had the audacity to take off downhill. I will remember his name forever. His name was Arrow, and they were like, "You have to pull back on the reins." What do you think I'm doing? Arrow does not want to be on this vineyard anymore, Martha. She wants to get out.
She's trying
I
to be
was so
free.
Free. Oh my god, no. Now I do remember, sorry, all the days like meshed together. What I will say before we even go further about Audacity is how dare you ask me on this podcast with this voice when you had Sensi with the beautiful voice and you had, is it Alvin?
Yes.
Baby, butter. Voice
Yes.
is butter. And now you got me. Sound like a crackhead over here. Anyway. Back to Californian
squeaky.
Audacity.
You're squeaky and I'm raspy. Perfect combination.
Hey. Okay. That's it.
No,
back to the Californian audacity of that man Naruto running during our meal.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to enjoy a taco and he running. I'm like, oh
down the street, full Naruto mode. It was odd. I could not believe, like, I saw that. I was like, well, welcome to California. Like,
my first
people
night, I'm like,
think Florida's crazy. They have not been to the Central Coast.
That sounds, hey, I can't wait to go back. I want to see more.
Well,
audacious people.
You know I'm in the Bay now, baby. I'm in the Bay.
Hey.
I mean, it's crazy. People have the audacity here to just break into people's cars. Like, no, Okay, let's backtrack before we get here, right? Because I want to just fill them in on his horse. We're gonna go back. We need to go back just a second because he's talking about his horse. Everybody's horses had amazing names. Arrow, winter, spring, fall, whatever. My horse name was like Carl. Remember? I was like, what?
Your horse was named horse number 2, and that's
Yeah,
it.
like why did I get the random? And then the man comes up to me and goes, I hope you're not here with your agenda. What? You know that agenda.
Oh
You
my
remember?
God, yes.
I
With
said,
his
well,
little
what?
cowboy hat.
I said, well, what agenda is that? He said, you know, that Black Lives Matter thing. I said, oh, okay. I just
Sir,
didn't know.
it's far too early in the morning.
I just want to ride this horse and go get drunk. If you don't leave me alone, please. The audacities. Anyway, back to what we was just about to say. No, that's all over the Central Coast, Andie. All over the Central Coast,
All
man.
over.
You have no idea. But we were headed to a different topic, and I cut you off. I apologize. You can keep going.
No. This is what happens with us. I was on a train and it derailed, and now I have no idea what I was gonna say.
It's the random tangents, and this is our daily conversations, guys. So this is not even just like for the podcast. We will start at A, go to Z, then come back and we're at V, and we're like, oh wait, but what happened to B? Did you finish up
But
with
don't
that?
worry, sometimes we throw some numbers in there too. We don't just talk about the ABCs, girl. Yeah, no. I feel like you said, over the years we've encountered so much audacity. Whether that be from people in school, friends along the way, family members, whoever you name it, it's there. People on the streets, on the streets of New York. We not gonna do that. No, yeah, they're like, it's wild out here.
Now, I know, like, it's not even just the random encounters, right? Because we encounter like random people. I'm trying to think of like the most craziest encounter that, like, a full blown. Oh, the man. Did I ever tell you that the man that walked up to me, Andie, was like, well, he hopped out of his car and full dog came straight to me and said, how did you get that car? I said, how did you get your car? He's like, how did you get your car? I'm like, how did you get your car? He said, well, I worked hard for my vehicle. I said, well, you didn't work hard enough, sir. Because look at the car you are driving. And I kept going. Like, how dare you? Well, I didn't keep going. My Barbie came out and so forth and so on. But it's like, sir, leave me alone. You had the audacity to come to me. Why? Because I'm the only Black person that live here. You want to come? Well, there are Black people. They don't come outside. And I get why they wasn't coming outside. Well, not here in the Bay, but on the Central Coast. I know now why they wasn't coming outside. It was like, girl, don't do it, Miss Sandy. Just stay in there.
No.
So, like, I know that, like, not only do they happen in random encounters, I've encountered some weird ass situations on dates too. Like,
yes, as a homosexual male, I can confirm with you, men have audacity, and I think it's just something in their genes. Really, they're born with it.
Or maybe
they're born with it. It is not much. Stop. I was gonna say the same shit. But yeah, no. And as a homosexual male up here, I really do feel like I was talking to you the other week. Like, I was leaving the gym, and one of my clients at the school, his mother makes beautiful jewelry, and so she made me a heart ring. Well, she made it for the staff, but I like to think she made it just for me. So I was wearing it, and I'm driving. I got one hand on the steering wheel, my other hand is just hanging out the window with my bling bling, and this woman looked out the window and goes, "Oh, you're such a disappointment with that ring." First of all, honey, it's colorful, it's beautiful, it brings out the color of my eyes. And you in there with 4 children who probably start on the hills have eyes. So please don't come at me.
Okay.
But again, the audacity just coming out of your face for what? Like, you did that to make yourself feel better for the day. is bringing somebody else down supposed to make you feel better? I wasn't sure. Like, it does not equate over here. I didn't get it. So I kind of just looked at her and I said, "You a disappointment as a mother." And I just drove away. I said, "Toodles."
Like, I don't get, like, all right, so people who have like internalized like racism and homophobia, I don't get it.
Homophobia.
Not, yeah, like I feel like especially like with homophobia, it's like, is that something like within you? Are you low key gay or lesbian? Do you wish you could be as free as these individuals are and living their being their authentic self and living their life? Are you mad because you Susan have to be with Billy Bob and your kids from the hills have eyes? Like,
hey, your children. It does you
looking,
call them. No, I'm kidding.
but
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't know where it's coming. And like, people feel like, and like with social media as a whole, right? And we've touched on social media so much because I feel like as a people, we were talking about this earlier, some friends and I, well, friends, soon to be marketing team, they amazing men. They're amazing men. And we were talking about how important social media is to people, right? Like social media, because as human beings, we thrive to be social. It's in us to want to be social. So social media is perfect because they have the way to, if they can't live a life, they can look at other people living that life and live vicariously through them, right?
Vicariously through them.
So,
Absolutely.
but now with social media, we are exposed to more things that we weren't exposed to before. Like, all of these things were going on. I feel like this is not new. Like, when people are like, oh, we have never known, it just wasn't recorded.
Exactly.
And so now people have a platform to expose people, and how they treat people and their thoughts and their thinking. And now it's just running rampant. So we're thinking like, people, oh, you got the audacity to say that to me or say that to this and da-da-da. No, they've been doing this. It's just now you're on candid camera. You're on candid camera now. Like, we can see you. And no one's like, what is it? One of the babies. What's the baby? Not the little one, but the baby, right? The or that one.
The baby. Oh,
The
DA
baby, because there's
baby.
so many babies. But that one.
I was like, what's the little baby? I'm like, who are we talking about?
No, there is a little baby. There is what is little baby? It's another one, but that one minds his business. I feel like he just out here trying to help people and rap and live his life. I feel like
Oh,
he
yes,
ain't.
there is little baby, and then there
Yeah,
is the
yeah, because
baby.
that little baby, he helps like his community. He does like a lot for his community and all this other stuff, right? I think he's like living a different life, like not like the baby.
Yeah.
That one, he got on the stage, and I'm not gonna misquote or pretend I know exactly what he said. I was just more into the meme. I was here for the memes. I had my popcorn.
Of course. My thing is like, I personally never listened to his music. I didn't even know that he existed prior to my two friends that you know that I've become closer with recently.
Yeah, I love it.
They kind of just brought him about, and they were like, oh, he's like a great dad. He does everything for his kids. And like, that was the first thing that I was introduced to. So I was like, oh, awesome. And then you want to get on stage and have the audacity. I wish I had like if y'all couldn't hear that, I was trying to picture it in my mind, like, those big marquees in the city, the audacity just scrolling by. But he had the audacity to say those things, and like, not for nothing, I'm sure I've heard worse as a person who is LGBTQ and things like that, but it's just, as you said, now these people have a platform and they think that they can say all these things. But what's worse is that you're not informed on the topic. And that's what bothers me more. It's like, you can say what you say if you're informed and blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's just something you grew up around and that's how you feel about it.
Exactly.
Okay. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just something you believe. I have my own, ideas and things like that, but I educate myself on them, and that's why I believe in them, and that's why I continue to learn these things. So like, kind of like what you said, that man coming up to you like, are you here with your agenda? First of all, sir, why is it an agenda to you? Why is just basic human rights an agenda? It's not an agenda. Everybody should have that.
And I
Sorry
feel
for
like
my audacity.
Yeah, the fact that people feel like Black people wanting to not be killed is an agenda is crazy to me. Like the audacity, like for you to think that because we want just the basic human rights as everyone else, it's an agenda. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
It is
Then you have
absolutely insane.
then you have people of color who are also LGBTQ, and that's sometimes there's even more hatred towards them from their own like people of color, which is even worse. So I just feel like I'm just, girl, even talking about it, I get tired. I'm tired because I'm like, why? Like, what did I wake up today and then you felt it in your soul and you were like, Andrew's up. I gotta kill him. I gotta say something to him. I gotta make him feel bad about his life. Why? I already have depression. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, mind your business. I'm gonna mind my own. I didn't do anything to you. I'm not going to do anything to you. The period. If I'm not endangering your life, your children, your family, this, that, don't worry about it.
Exactly. And that's why it's killing me. And it's usually, and I swear to you, it's people who have the largest voice. They used to do it. Of course, we see like our regular Joe Schmoes, like, just walking around, just walking up to people, like that lady in Manhattan that was trying to like lure this man's dog into the highway because he didn't have a leash. Like, you have to, like, it has to be a mental illness. And this is what I'm saying. It's an illness because people are doing, and it's not just because it's the action, right? It's because of how they're going about it. It's like, if you disagree with something or dislike something, that's okay. We all have the right to dislike or like something, right? As humans, we all have that right. But it's when you take it a step further and feel that you can either degrade or demean someone, or to like just boldly, outwardly try to harm or demean someone based on their color of their skin, their ethnicity, their sexual orientation. Like, it's rude and disrespectful.
Absolutely. And I just feel like it's kind of like what you said, like what I really do feel like it's a mental illness because either that person has never been checked their whole life, whether that be by a mental health professional or by their family. And by check, I mean like, oh, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you were obviously never beat up as a kid. No, I'm just kidding. But like, you were never put in your place as a child or as a teenager or as whatever, or even taught or educated on some of these issues. And that's what bothers me more. It's that, like I said before, the lack of information about so many topics, where you get in shallow level and you're like, you know what? I know all about this. Let me go speak on it. And then all of a sudden you speak on it and 9 more people have an opinion, and then you delve deeper and you're like, wow, I should educate myself on this first. But no, people in America don't do that. And I say America because we are so dumb.
We are, aren't we actually the dumbest of the countries? And we have the audacity to say we are the best country. Well, I guess I live here, so I'm gonna say I am. I live here.
I know, no, I understand. Like, I do have pride in my country, but I also can understand where my faults in this country lie. Yes. You know what I mean?
And I feel like we would be a better country if we started educating everyone on, like, stop trying to take away racism. Let's hit it full throttle. Like, let's sit there and let's educate everyone. Yes, because if we acknowledge that it exists, we can move forward, right? That's like, just like we acknowledge that there's COVID, right? So they did what they had to do to put procedures in place so they can get rid of it or to lessen it, right? Or lessen the effects, right? They identified that there's a Delta strain, so what we got to do now, there's an issue. So like, if we can identify that illnesses exist, right, and we need to do something in order to control it, because we may not be able to get rid of it as a whole, but how can we control it, or how can we lessen the effects? Why can't we do the same with these Karens and these male Karens, or these racists, or these people who are homophobic? Like, why can't we do the same? And why is it such a big issue and so much pushback when we try to educate?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, people in my own family say the same thing, where it's like, I don't even see color. Well, that's where the issue lies too. You have to see color in order to understand your differences and understand where we have to kind of step in and either be the educators, as you were saying, quick enough to check your family member, check your friends, check, things like that. Because I had plenty of checking to do with certain people during the Black Lives Matter movement, and it bothered me because I was like, this should just be something that's apparent. You know what I mean? But I guess not everybody got eyes or whatever.
No, it's the brains. It's the insolence.
It's the part of the mind that bothers me. But no, yes. Absolutely.
And so I feel like the reason why this illness is running rampant, this audacity illness, because right now we have not developed the education vaccine to help educate these people who feel that they can walk around and just say and do what they want to people. They need like a little spray, and when people run up to you to be obscene and you spray them and it opens their eyes, and then they become educated on what they was about to say. It's like, back up. Shh.
Oh, and another thing people have the audacity to do is not go home and reflect on the things that they did today. There'll be some not having a good day, and I lash out at somebody, and I go home and I'm like, ooh, that was a bad idea. So I text that person. I'm like, listen, like, I had a really rough day. I apologize for blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't have said the things I did. Usually I don't act out in anger, especially now that I've been in therapy. Hi, y'all. I'm mentally clear. No, I'm just kidding. But in cases like that where I went wrong, I know how to remedy it, and I will apologize. Like, there's no pride in me that's not for like apologizing. And I am a person, last year to this year, completely different, where I will apologize for something, especially if it made somebody feel uncomfortable, especially if I, was way out of boundaries or way out of whatever. But that's another piece that people are missing. It's that reflective piece. So you go home and, like, this made me feel awful. So why wouldn't I go back and say sorry? Why wouldn't I try to remedy this? Especially if it's for a person that I care for. Because I've been in situations where I feel like I've been used. A little tea's been spilled. It's a little hot in here.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my tea. Hold on. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But I'm back. I got my cup.
I'm back. But where I feel like I've been used and then like thrown to the side, and a part of me feels like it does warrant an apology, but I kind of also feel like the person has audacity in a sense to not apologize and just think that this is something that they're entitled to have. And so I kind of don't even want the apology anymore. Yes, we've spoken to this plenty of times. Mm-hmm. Carmen says that I should accept, like, the apology is still not needed.
It's warranted.
But it's warranted. It's still something that should be said to me. But in this point in time, I do not think that's going to come about. And so I say, bye. No, I'm kidding. But I will say that a lot of people are lacking this reflective piece. Sorry, I went on a tangent because my little feelings were hurt for a second. No.
But you know what? There may be people who have. So I'm put it out there, people, because people may have had a similar situation that you have had, right? Where you had a friend who was down and out, and you chose to be there for them and to help them get back on their feet. So, and you did it wholeheartedly, and you were selfless, because you were at a place where you did not even want, and you were forthcoming. You were like, hey, not at this moment. I can't accept anyone because I'm working on me. And that was brave of you, right? To say that, because people, sometimes we could be yes men and say yes.
Yep.
And we are not ready to say yes, right? But that was brave of you to identify, I'm working on me right now. And I don't think that at this moment I can lend that type of hand. And my ass trying to be Miss, well, let it be for just a week or two.
Duality.
Like maybe just, and I'm sorry because it turned into almost a year. And which sucked because that person had the audacity to just give him his ass to kiss. And this is why, one, people like me should mind my business, right? Mind my business. And two, people should be appreciative of when people do things for them. And like I said, the audacity to just give you their ass to kiss and to not give you an apology and to not say, hey, you know what, friend, I may have not been such a good friend and I apologize, even if you don't want to take it, but at least acknowledge that you were a person that they could rely on when they weren't able to rely on anyone else.
Anybody.
And for people out there, it's okay to not help somebody. I'm saying that to say this. It is okay to not help somebody. If you are
And
working
stick to
on
your
you,
guns.
exactly.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Andie, for that. That was mean. And that's one more mind my business, Andie.
No, it wasn't mean at all. I think it's just something that, again, like you said, I think I was a very yes man at the beginning of it all. Yes man at the beginning of it all. And now I'm
I mean,
like,
you can be more than one.
hey, it's my multiple personalities talking. No, so I do feel that as a yes in my previous life last year, my COVID life, if you will, I have definitely grown and I'm able to establish sort of boundaries with people, healthy boundaries. Because at the end of the day, like if you're a yes man, you're literally, well, yes man, yes woman, yes person, whatever you want to call yourself, I don't know. But if that's who you are, you're going to kind of, I don't know if it's you who used to say this saying, but it's like, don't, oh my God, it's something about a cup with glass,
Oh
water.
yes,
Oh my
so
God.
I got that from Auntie Ayana, whatever. I don't know how to say her name, and I'm not gonna pretend I know how to say her name. But it was if your cup is not running over, you have nothing to give. Like you have to be self full, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. You need to be pouring into your own cup, making sure your cup is runneth over before you can give to anyone else. And if you do and your cup is not runneth over, you are allowing someone to be a thief and steal from you. So they're not a thief because you gave them the tools to steal from you because you
That's me
didn't
opening
have
my
them
door
in.
to anybody. Here, take
Exactly.
everything.
Your
No.
cup has to run. And even then, if it's running over, you still don't have to give it to them.
Exactly. Be stingy with your energy because it's real. When you give away too much of your energy, you feel it, and then you're like, all right, well, I'm in this place. Like, now I can't backtrack. And that's a lot of things that you have the audacity to do that to yourself. You know what I mean? You kind of sit there and you're like, oh, well, I'm stuck in this place. I can't say no now. No, you can. And that's the type of person that I've become now, where like I'm able to healthily say no and not feel bad about it. Because I think if I had said no last year and I wasn't the friend that somebody could rely on, I would have felt bad about it.
Exactly.
Like a few weeks later, and now understanding like this is my space, this is my, this is who
Not
I am
my
now.
space. No, it's fine. I'm kidding.
Hey, where's Tom at? I'm kidding. But I'm able to kind of know, especially for my own mental health, like, okay, it's okay to say no, it's okay to work on me. It's okay to give myself space. It's okay to literally what I did today. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, let me wake up because we're recording. My ass took the longest of naps, but a lot of my kids have been sick at the school. So I feel like I literally came home. I was going to go to the gym. I changed, I passed out, and I woke up. And it's okay to take breaks for yourself. Don't feel bad about it.
Exactly.
After this, I might do 5 push-ups and like 10 squats. So if I look a little thick tomorrow,
And let that thing poke
no.
out a little bit,
Hey, follow me on Instagram. Y'all see it. No, just kidding. But yeah. So I feel like in times of that, like don't give your energy away. It's not worth it.
It's not.
Preserve yourself, because at the end of the day, that person could leave, 10 people could leave, and who's left? You, with nothing in your cup. You just empty. You dry. You a cactus. No.
No, and it's okay to protect. So, like, speaking of protecting your space, right? Like I told you about the Las Vegas trip, right? So moving to California, I've developed a group of friends, and I have 3 friends here, and they are amazing. But 2 of my friends had introduced me to some ladies. I'm not going to say their name because I feel like they may be litigious. I could tell by the bangs. So I'm not even going to say their names.
Not the bang.
The bang. Okay, and now hold up. Okay, so they had the audacity to come on a Vegas trip, guys. And this is why you should trust. Andy's saying trust your energy. I felt like I said to one of my good friends, I said, I don't, there's something about so and so that I don't like. And I feel like she may be a bad person. And she was like, well, maybe you should talk to her about it because we're about to go on the trip. Da, da, da. And I talked to her about it and she gaslighted me. But I still felt in my heart like, it's something about this woman that's not right. And it just wasn't sitting with me. We get on the trip. I'm in the car. She gets in. I completely shut down. And that's letting you know. Like, and I like to talk. I like to laugh. I like to be silly. And I had my headphones in. I couldn't even converse with anyone because her energy was attacking me.
Well, that's the saying that Sensi said last week. I believe it was last week. My energy don't take with you, or my spirit don't. Yeah, I love that because first of all, if you see a quiet Carmen, something's happening. Either hands will swing, or lips will open, and I'm gonna tell you, when those floodgates open, you will not survive what comes out of them. Okay.
No, I am. I'm gonna chew you a new one, and I ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up. So you beat me up, and I'm beat up now.
And what?
But I'm still saying what I'm gonna say. So
exactly,
she had the audacity to go on this trip. Now we're in Vegas and we're there for a friend of ours who celebrates everyone. And you know who she is. I'm not gonna say her name, but she celebrates everyone. If you are one of her loved ones, she goes all out. And she's not that nice, okay? But when she cares about you, she's going full throttle for you. So do the same for her. You know what I mean? And it's time to show her what she shows us. And I feel like she took advantage of that, and she wanted to book this room. And she booked an amazing room for us. We were at the Cosmo. It was a beautiful, beautiful hotel. I mean, our room was absolutely gorgeous. But instead of just going to the restaurant, everybody go half. It's easy. We all got 2 or 3 drinks. We all got happy. We share stuff. Just go have. They want to. Oh well, I only had a water to drink and a half a salad, and I'm gonna do this and I'm on to this, and just like nitpicking at the bill every moment. We go to the club. They knew automatically before we even went to the trip that we had a
what
table.
we're dropping.
So they knew we was dropping coins on this trip. Didn't want to pay for their part of the table at the club, and the club was amazing. They were more than accommodating, and we just did it. You know what? You don't want to pay, we'll do it. And then had the audacity to send us a message because she pretended to be sick. I'm sick. And da-da-da. Oh, just to let you know, I put some towels out for you. Left the club. Put some towels. Girl, put my bag out, my this out. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you like trying to set up a situation to incite us to get angry? And then the next day we're having fun. I'm not going to talk, it's a girl. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We're having our girl trip. We're enjoying ourselves, living our best life. And she going to send her at 3 or 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning just to let you know, checkout is at 6 a.m. Girl, it's never 6 a.m. at any hotel in the United States, especially Vegas.
That's early as hell.
So when I went downstairs just to confirm, I let her know. Like, no, okay? No, I spoke to them. Our checkout is at 9 a.m. and we have reservations and we're going to be gone. But don't lie to us because you're mad because you are a bitter Betty because you can't live your life and you don't know how to have fun. And we're sitting here living our best life, enjoying ourselves, and you can't. So she got mad and sent this whole big thing after she left and had the audacity to play the victim, and I chewed her alive. And I told her, I don't care to see you or that bayang ever again. Okay? Ever again. I chewed her alive. And it was like, Carmen, leave it alone. I'm not. Y'all can leave it alone, but I will not. I'm going to tell her exactly how I feel and move forward. But I didn't listen to myself.
Yeah. You still stayed around. But see, you are the type of person that I aspire to be because you're welcome. Because you are able to, in the moment, be like, that's what's wrong. And with that person, I'm not sure if it was like malicious. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
but there are times where you are upfront and people take it a certain way because they're like, oh, Carmen's a bitch, Carmen's this and that. No. Carmen literally says it how it is. and you interpret it because you understand that that's where you went wrong, or that's where it came off, or that's how,
Exactly.
and then you get in your feelings, and then instead of sitting there letting it sink in and be like, you know what, she was right about X, Y, and Z, so let me go back and like try to shift this, or let me try to fix this, or blah blah blah, things like that, where people are so sensitive these days to that exact thing, where if I'm getting constructive criticism, let me listen first, let me not lash out. And I have times where I lash out, obviously, but
Exactly.
put it into practice where you're like, you know what, my friend's right about X, Y, and Z. Like, I shouldn't have done this. Even to this day, like, I'll throw something at Carmen and be like, Carmen, what should I do about this? And Carmen will be like, blah, 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 blah. This is how you should do it. And I sit there, I take her method into consideration and my method into consideration, where I can say that I'm like 80%, maybe no, 60% up to what Carmen would do, but I still got that 40% that I need to work on, because I am still a super nice person, and some people call me a pushover. That's fine. But
not
I
pushing
think
you
for
over.
me,
No, I'm kidding.
okay, I think for me, it's like a 3-strike rule kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I internally strike those out. I won't let you know. I'll play it off real cool. And then all of a sudden, when that 3rd strike happens and I become a ghost and you can't find Casper, well, you know what you did. You had 3 strikes and now you're out. Sorry.
Oh, I want to
And
know
that's where I'm selfish with my time.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
you ain't getting that back.
And people have this thing, and let me tell you, I'm one of those people who had the audacity to feel like, you say you're selfish with your time, and you have the right, like your phone, right? People have the right to answer their phone when they're ready to. They have the right to answer their messages on their time, right? And at one point in my life, I was like confused. I had the audacity to think that people were supposed to answer me when I send them a message. Like, you better answer me. I sent you a message at 4:41. It's 4:41.29, and I still haven't heard from you. Who do you think? And it's like, woman, no, that's not how life works. But I had to grow, right? And like you said, you have the right to do things on your time, to be on your time, and people have the right for everything. So I had to learn that, because I'd be mad at y'all when y'all didn't answer me right away, and you like, girl, I'm doing me right now.
I know.
And when I'm done, I'm gonna get back to you. And I had to realize, okay, well, you know what? That makes sense.
I have a skin secret. Do you want to hear it? Are you having difficulty keeping your skin moisturized? Is water, exfoliating, and face creams not working to achieve that dewy look you desire? Maybe facial oils are the key to healthy, glowing skin. With Andie Skincare, you can get that no-filter look naturally with the Rose Formula and the Maracuja Formula. The Rose Formula will moisturize and protect your skin with a blend of rosehip oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E, and essential oils to leave your skin with a dewy look and feel. Choose the Maracuja Formula for brighter, glowing skin with a blend of maracuja oil, grapeseed oil, and vitamin C to moisturize and enhance your skin's glow. To purchase your skin secret formula, go to AndieRaSkincare.com, as well as Facebook and Instagram at Andie Skincare. Trust, you would thank me later.
No, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things where like I like texting and I like having phones, and then there's a part of me where it's like all this instant gratification is so crazy. So crazy. Where it's like, even this day and age, Audacity in the dating world, ooh, child.
Oh gosh,
A man wanna text me. A man wanna text me and say, you haven't been answering. Who are you with? Excuse me, sir?
No.
I'm like, I'm with my other husband. No, I'm just kidding. But no, you don't have access to that information. And they're like, oh, well, this isn't going to work out. That's fine. Guess who's going to work out? Me when I go to the gym. Mind your business.
Okay.
Leave you alone. I don't want to talk to you. No.
Did you hear my mini clap? I tried to clap like you, but it didn't work. I tried to do an Andie clap, but it didn't do it.
No, I, oh, girl, I'm tired of men.
No,
I'm gonna just say that. Y'all got the audacity. Um, no,
no,
no.
they do. Did I tell you about the last dude that so guys, I'm trying to date or whatever, and I don't like dating. My friends will tell you, like, I don't like dating because I don't have patience. I lack it. I only have patience for children and old people and animals.
Period. Me fucking too. And that's why I work with kids. People are like, why don't you work with adults? Not adults, but like, why don't you work with like teenagers? Because the minute that mouth open, my mouth gonna get real serious too. I teach children to talk. I don't teach them to talk back, and that's
Okay.
what I always say.
Okay.
I love my babies, and I love working in nursing homes. I
Yes.
don't want to say I love TBIs, traumatic brain injuries,
No,
but I do
no.
like assisting those who have suffered from them.
Exactly. No.
I am a big child myself, I will say, which is why I love working with kids. I have that fun personality. As you can tell from this podcast, if y'all didn't take to me, that's on you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they did. I'm telling you because you are right. They said no,
Yeah.
but guys, I
Go
don't
on.
date because I don't have that patience like that I have for children. Like Andie just said, like have that patience for children or adults. And this last guy over the weekend, he wanted to send me. I guess he wanted me to because people aren't mature. Like people are grown, like they're adults, but doesn't mean that they've matured. And he sent me a random message. Hey, bring a charger. I didn't answer because bring a charger. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know where that message come from. It's none of my business. Maybe it wasn't for me. And he'll look at his phone and realize, oh snap, I sent the wrong message. Let me message the right person. So he's like, where are you? Still didn't answer. Not me, because it's not to me. So he calls me. I answer, hey. And he's like, where are you? I'm at Merchants. I said, okay. He said, well, my phone is about to die and I've been waiting forever. And I said,
for what?
For me. Why? He was like, because I messaged you earlier and you told me you were coming. I said, sir, you didn't message me. I said, I'm picking up food from Seabreeze and I'm about to watch some true crime documentaries and I don't have time for this. What are you talking about? I said, well, let me check. I said, because if you messaged me, I apologize and I will get ready, pick up my food, put it in the fridge and get ready and come and see you because then that's my bad. I looked at my phone, not one message or call from this man. I said, you sure you didn't message somebody else and maybe they answered thinking you were talking to them? No. You know what it was? He was probably drunk because he was at the bar. He wanted me to come and meet him at the bar, but he didn't know how to start that conversation because they're not mature. So I'm explaining to him, unfortunately, I already have my night set up for myself because I like being by myself. Had my night set up for myself. And he was like, such a long story. Are you coming? I say, I am not. And do not call my phone again. He said, whoa. Why are you upset? I said, because you had the audacity to interrupt me and act like my story was boring, honey. I don't want to hang out. You want to hang out with me. I don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah. And also come correct when you say, I'm waiting for you. Or even just call like, hey, where are you? Like, I wasn't sure if you got my messages. And even if I say I didn't, you could be like, well, I messaged you. Like, do you mind bringing a charger? Not bring a charger.
Boy, you knew me for 5 seconds. And the way I block, delete, and remove people, 5 seconds,
That's something else I want to be. I want to be like that. I want to be like, block.
I'm protecting my energy at all costs. You got to go. So then he want to call me and apologize. He said, I'm calling to apologize and I'm hoping that you'll come out. So I am not. And you can stop calling me because I'm not going to answer after today. And he did. He called the next day. He had the audacity to call me the next day, but I didn't answer. And he's not even worth the block. And you can't even get in my building. So, if you pull up my building, my concierge, no, you can't come in. So it doesn't even matter. So I'm never going to see you again. So I don't know. Dating is hard. What is one of your moments when you were dating and you were like, oh, the audacity?
Oh, okay. Let's talk about Bushra real quick. Let's talk about Bushra. I don't know if I ever told you about Bushra. Okay, so this was way back when I was a wee gay and I just wanted to be accepted in love because Y'all can go on my Instagram and you'll see I was a very chubby child, so I definitely had like self-image issues. So this relatively, I will say relative back, I don't think he was that cute, but this relatively attractive person had messaged me and said like, let's go out on a date. So I said, all right. So if any of y'all know the distance between uh let's just say the Bronx, I'm gonna say the Bronx to Poughkeepsie.
That's just too much.
That is far too much. So, but you know me, I'm like, this is the man that I love. It's not. So I drove all the way to Poughkeepsie, and I was like, hey, I'm outside, and he lived in a cul-de-sac at that time. So I pull up to the cul-de-sac. I didn't pull into the cul-de-sac. I'm at the outside, and I see him, the man that I was supposed to go on a date with, jump into a bush.
Ooh.
And he texts me back and he goes, hey, I'm still getting ready. Okay. I said, all right, this is weird. I'm not going to state anything about the bush. I'm just going to say, all right, cool. I'm outside. I'm giving you 10 minutes because first of all, I drove an hour and maybe 15 minutes up here. I'm hungry and I have work tomorrow. Boom. He goes, I see him jump from one bush to the next bush. And
Not
I'm like,
bush.
all right, interesting. Bush hopping, bitch. Bush hopping, bitch. Anyways, so he runs inside his house. First of all, by the way, he was smoking cigarettes. I'm not a fan of smokers. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm already turned off. So let's just wait and see. Maybe he's going to go inside, freshen up, and then come back outside. He goes inside. 10 minutes pass, 15 minutes pass. And I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving. Like, hey, clearly you weren't ready. Clearly. I was like, I saw you outside. I didn't say I saw him in the bush. I just said I saw you outside. See what I mean by people pleasing? I didn't want to call him out on his shit, but I said, I saw you outside. I'm just going to go. Start driving away. 2 minutes after that, he's like, you didn't have to leave. Why'd you have to do that? Blah, blah, blah. I was getting ready. I said, you were outside. I saw you smoking a cigarette and then you hid. All I said.
In the bushes.
All I
Mental
said.
illness.
And then mental illness, the audacity of this all. Wait, there's more audacity. So we're driving. Well, we're driving. I'm driving. By me, I mean me and Taylor Swift probably in the car while I was belting out, crying. No kidding. The love of my life had just dropped me. No, so I'm driving, and all of a sudden he texts me. He's like, hey, like, I really just didn't want to go to dinner because I don't have money. I just moved up here from Florida. A sob story. I'm like, okay, cool. Don't care. So then he goes, do you mind sending me like some money? And I said, no, I'm not sending you money. And so this man had the audacity to text me back and say, that's cool, you're ugly. And I said, and you're broke. And you're broke. Deuces.
I could lose weight. But what you gonna do
exactly.
What are you gonna do about that hunger tonight? Nothing.
Oh, you look so hungry. Maybe you're gonna eat that cigarette? Okay, toodles. Have a Marlboro or whatever they call it. So yeah, and then like I think a week or two later, he was like, hey babe, what's up? Like, do you want to go for a date? I said, I absolutely do not. And that's self-love.
Yes. And that, my friends, is what we call self-love.
But yeah, so this man had the audacity to lie about hiding, lie about getting ready, try to, I guess, finagle me out of a meal, which is fine. Like, I don't mind paying. I, as I don't know if I should publicly announce this, but I won't say it. I am on the bottom bunk. I do not.
You more like a power bottom.
Charge me. No, I'm kidding. So I like there's this stigma of like, oh, power bottoms. Jesus Christ, you got me saying power bottom.
Sorry.
But bottoms shouldn't pay. Bottoms will walk. No, ma'am. I work for my money. I will treat myself to a meal because I'm not trying to feel any sort of obligation to another man. But yeah. So but I will let somebody wine and dine me once in a while. But I will let you know that I can handle myself. I could take care of me. But yeah, men have audacity.
Humans.
Men also have the audacity to men especially. But yeah, men have the audacity to well, you know what happened last October. Men also have the audacity to take advantage of people when they should not be taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so here we are today. He's dead. No,
no. And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
He's dead to me. But so yeah, that's probably one of the most, I wouldn't say the most audacious story that I have, but that man had a lot of audacity. Um, what else? Do we have any? Another audacious moment, I guess, was me just chilling on the, I would say poolside, but it wasn't poolside. It was me chilling creek side, I guess you can call it, riverside, Lake J side, and then the water decided to vacuum me up.
Oh God! Oh my gosh! All right, no, okay. So they need to know. So we have been on adventures, and I have a picture up for Andie's birthday last year of that same day, and it's a day that we would never forget. Like 9/11, never forget Andie almost dying. So a lot of audacity that day. So we were on these like rocks, and like apparently the rocks go straight to a waterfall, but you could sit there, play in the water, live your best life. We were drunk, I think about 98% of the trip. So we were on the rocks, and our other friend, who I guess she's our friend, all right.
Well, we had two different friends there.
Yes. So one of our friends told us not to sit a certain way on the rocks because it would take you straight to the waterfalls. So
I said, what? With my feet in the water.
So we're sitting there. Andie just looks at us, and then it just takes him away. It's like zoom. I should add an effect. Zoom. And it just zooms him into the ocean. Well, not the ocean. What is that? Like the falls, the waterfalls, the lake, whatever it was.
But the rapids basically took me. The undertow took me. I literally put maybe half my feet, I should say. They were both in the water. Half my feet in here. The current said, "Oh, you thought you were gonna relax," and that shit said, "I have never." You ever taken a Jello shot so fast? That was me. Just, I was like, "Bye." I went. I basically hit a rock under the water, and then I remember holding my hand out, grabbing one of the rocks. I basically was able to get on top of this rock that was in the middle of both currents. And I'm
like no
there.
way to get from that rock. Guys,
no way to get to that rock.
His glasses never came off. Buy Ray-Bans. I love Ray-Bans. His Ray-Ban glasses never left his face. Not a scratch in sight. Ray-Ban is the real deal, guys. I'm sorry, Ray-Ban all day. His glasses.
Ocean currents got nothing. Ocean currents. You got me saying ocean currents. Lake currents, river currents, whatever you want to call it, got nothing on Ray-Bans.
Because it didn't go nowhere.
I was on that rock for a few hours until a nice fisherman named Kenny, I think his name was Kenny.
Yes.
I think his name was Kenny. Came, he had some fishing line, not fishing line, but like rope.
The rope.
And they fastened it into a lasso. They threw it in the water. And let me tell you, I was able to fasten it up to my chest. I dove into the rapids, swimming. And do you know Kenny just held that rope and looked into my soul and thought I was trout, I guess.
Yes,
because he was waiting for me to give up the fight.
he was just fishing. Me to give up the fight. And then at that moment, Andie was thinking, where the fuck did I put my glasses? Because that was a what the fuck moment. That man was
where did I put my glasses?
Fishing him. Our other friend came and just pushed Kenny out the way, full throttle, and just started pulling in there. And she was like, what the fuck, Andie? She was so mad at Andie.
that was a day where I had all the audacity. I had the audacity to try to kill myself, I guess. The lake had the audacity to try to take me away.
And then, I almost said her name, but her and I sat on those rocks crying and laughing because we were crying.
Carmen and I had a moment where I would just keep looking at her, maybe multiple moments. I would just look at her and we would both just shrug at each other like, what am I going to do now?
Because we didn't know what to do. I kept drinking, guys, because my defense mechanism is drink. Like, if
drink.
like, hey.
When down, drink it out.
Yeah, like, it was nothing we could do. He was stuck there. Like, we're not, like, I don't even know why we were in the woods. Like, I don't know why we thought that we was fucking rangers or something. Remember? Anyway, that's for another day. That's another day. But we were in the woods just being crazy at a friend of ours' family home, just living our best life. And we weren't ready. We're city kids. What are we doing there?
Yeah. Nope. That solidified that I have to stay on ground. I don't go in the water. Thank you.
No. That's okay. Well,
and that's on that.
And that's on period.
Oh my god. I
Well, guys,
can't.
I just really want to thank you, Andie, and I want to thank everyone for listening in on our funny stories, because I know that we are not the only people that think that this audacity illness is getting out of hand. So I want to thank you guys for listening in and hearing our crazy stories and hearing our cry for help. We really want people just to get the vaccine, the Audacity vaccine, so they can just calm it down a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, just a little bit.
Absolutely.
So,
Just a little bit.
so Andie, please, thank you again for joining me today, and tell the people where to find you again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can find me at ANDIE613 on Instagram. And then yeah, send me a message and I'll obviously accept.
It's
To
called a
find out
friend
who you is.
request, Grandpa.
No, I'm saying you could DM me
Oh, oh,
first and be like, I heard you on Carmen's podcast, just adding you like that.
oh.
Girl, I met all of my promise. No. But yeah, so comment below on some
Your thoughts.
audacity like moments that you've encountered yourselves
Yes, on the
because I want to hear
Instagram.
it. I
So
love the
when I put
tea.
up the post on Instagram for the question and answer, I will tag Andie. So please make sure you interact with us. Let us know some of your that we want to know. We want to hear about it. And we will answer you guys on Instagram. So please
Absolutely.
put up some of your stories. And don't forget to share where did I put my glasses with your family and friends. Of course, not kids because we curse too much. And click follow, subscribe, etc. on your preferred podcasting platforms to stay updated on the latest episodes. And to interact with me and to interact with Andie, go to Instagram at Where Did I Put My Glasses for your thoughts, questions, or comments on today's episode.
Mhm.